What time are we at? Oh, we're there. Let's see. Did Jake join us?
He just barely did, and I'm just moving him over. He should be joining us shortly. Hi, Councilman Samanu. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, then officially, we'll call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. We note that we have a full quorum present. All council members are in attendance. So with that, then we have our opening ceremony by Council Member Tom Hyun. No, unmute yourself.
All right, Tom, you're good to go.
Okay, I'm okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just don't want to say much about that. So I do want everyone just stay at home and stay safe. You heard a lot about this already the last few weeks. So that please just stand up with me and do the allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
I pledge allegiance to the
Flag.
Are you still there?
It's just me and you, Tom, I think. So let's go ahead. Everyone else has theirs muted. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I think we all did it in our own time frame there, but
Okay. All right.
all right. Nicole, just a question for you. Do we have anyone joining us from the public? Is there anyone listening in, or is that even something you can see?
It doesn't look like there is anybody participating from the public.
All right. Then let's see. The approval of our minutes of March 17th. So would whoever wants to do that, make those motions, raise your hand electronically.
Councilmember Christensen and Councilmember Samanu seconded.
Okay, move to approve.
Any
Second.
comments? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye, or if you're opposed, please raise your electronic hand. I think that passed unanimously.
It did.
We'll have to work on that. Okay. If there's no one from the public joining our meeting, then we won't have any public comment.
It does not appear as if there is anyone from the public that has joined Mayor.
Okay. Does our city manager have any comments?
Mayor, I wondered if, as you know, it's pretty rare. I don't always comment. And so I sort of wondered whether I'd have anything to add today or not. And Tom sort of alluded to the situation that we're in the opening ceremony. I'm not going to make any long comments to the effect other than maybe just to mention that we've taken a lot of measures to try to keep the public informed as best we could as to what's going on, how we're dealing with it, how the city continues to operate, and all of those comments or guidance or directions can be found on the website or our Facebook page. Sam and Matt and the Community Relations Department have done a great job of trying to keep that communication going. So I just thought I'd make mention of that, Mayor, and then I'll just turn the time back to you.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate all the work that Wayne and his staff have taken to First of all, of course, ensure we're able to hold our city council meeting electronically while remaining safe. And then second, the many, many efforts that are being taken by our staff working from home. Certainly our first responders, both our police and fire, the steps they've taken and the work they've put in to ensure that not only do they stay safe, but that the people they visit with and work with out in the public stay safe as well. So a tremendous amount of work that we don't even see has taken place. And just, thanks to our staff, and they've done a great job, and they're keeping the city functioning. Anyone else want to add any comments?
Councilmember Hune would like to speak.
Yes, thank you. I at the same time, I just want to say thank you to the staff that tried to do, their best to put this on the basically meeting online for us, and I think very nice of them. I know it's tough. Also, I'm concerned about people, they are losing their confidence. And as we know, that people just stay home and very much do nothing. So I'm concerned about if we have any project or any things we can reduce, or we have to talk about our budgets. Just like a family, we concerned about our budgets. The family budgets, and here in the city, the same thing too. So if we have any plan for it in the future, that'd be nice. That's my comment for tonight.
Thank you. Anyone else?
It doesn't appear so, Mayor.
Thank you. With that, we're at item 7 on our agenda. This is the reopening of the fiscal year 2019-2020 budget. This will be ordinance 20-7. And a number of things have happened. We do this quarterly, basically. And for example, we have rollovers from previous projects that we need to finally pull in. We have new grants that have come in. Then we have a number of items that we have approved individually, but need to now include officially in our budget. Those range from the laser scanners that they use in intersections from the police department, to fire reimbursement from our fire department. What other? Oh, the maintenance equipment for Fairborn Station Parking Garage. Then a number of road projects where we're transferring funds. Harmon Theater improvements. And, just a lot of miscellaneous things. So that is some of those items that are on there. This is a fairly routine process we go through, but it is important that we go through the process to ensure that we are properly and publicly disclosing all the budget items that need to be taken care of. With that introduction then, unless someone wants to add anything else, are there any hands up, Nicole?
No, sir.
Okay, then what we will do is we'll open it for public comment. Is there anyone online, Nicole, that has submitted comments or anything? Or
No, sir.
all right. So no public input. Then I will close public input, bring it back to the council for your action. Or not.
Councilmember Christensen,
Move to approve resolution 20-17.
Councilmember Bueller,
Second.
Thank you. For a minute there, I thought I was in the wrong meeting and we weren't making motions. So I get study meeting and regular meeting mixed up. Is there any further comments?
doesn't appear as if there is, Mayor.
Okay, then we will turn to our city recorder for the roll call vote. And how, Nicole, how do you want to handle that?
I can just go through each council member and say their name just as we normally would in a regular meeting.
Make sure you're unmuted when you say yes. Or no.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Fitismanu,
Aye.
Councilmember Bueller. Sorry, Councilmember Bueller,
Aye.
Councilmember Lang,
Yes.
and Mayor Bigelow.
Aye,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Next, we have a couple of resolutions. First, resolution 20-33 to approve the Metro Fire Agency interlocal agreement. This is an agreement that we've had in place for a while. There were a couple of changes to it. There were some, I'm trying to think. The USAR Task Force 5 has been around, and this new agreement puts it into the interlocal agreement. It's been functioning. We're not adding really anything new, but it kind of puts it all together. So with that introduction then to the council.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
I move for approval of resolution 20-33.
Councilmember Christensen,
Second.
Any further comments? Then we'll turn to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen, Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Bueller,
Aye.
Councilmember Lang,
Yes.
Councilmember Fitismanu,
Aye.
and Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Next, we have a resolution 20-34. This is to execute a cost-sharing interlocal agreement between our city and Magna Water District for the 2540 South roadway project. Since this is a common roadway that will be used not only by the city, but also Magna Water District, their access to some of their facilities. This is the agreement for them to share in some of the costs. This is actually revenue to the city, $46,098. And it is for the various water line betterments during the construction of the roadway. So this positive thing, but fairly routine. So with that introduction to the council.
Councilmember Fitismanu,
Hi, I move for approval of the resolution 20-34.
Councilmember Christensen,
Second.
Thank you. Any further comments? Hearing none. We'll turn to our city recorder and have her go through the roll call vote.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune. Oh, sorry, Councilmember Hune,
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Bueller,
Aye.
Councilmember Fiti Samanu,
Aye.
Councilmember Lang,
Yes.
and Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
There's not a need for a closed session, I don't believe. Wayne hasn't
No, sir.
indicated that. So be safe. We'll get this down a little better each time, make it a little more routine. We appreciate your working with us, and I hope that at some point we may have a few people who participate, but they're probably just watching it on channel 17 or on Facebook, whatever. So, or wherever it's shown, YouTube, I guess. One of those, I'm sure. So with that, any final comments?
Mayor, just a reminder, we do have a redevelopment agency meeting.
Oh, that's right. So let's adjourn this meeting and move to that.
And Councilmember Hune would like to make a comment.
Oh, just motion good.
Perfect.
Then anyone that, I'm sorry, I had to turn off a phone. I forgot one of them. And so I think there was a motion to adjourn, and is there
Yes.
anyone opposed to that? If there is not, then we are adjourned. Thank you.
Call to order the regular meeting of the redevelopment agency. Note that we are opening ceremony and that all are present. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of February 25th.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
I move for approval of our minutes.
Councilmember Fiti Samanu,
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any opposition to approving the minutes? If you are opposed, please raise your hand electronically.
none, sir.
Okay, thank you. Report of the Chief Executive Officer. Wayne, do you have any information you'd like to give us?
I have no report, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 6 is our public hearing. Do we have any public attending?
It does not appear so.
Okay,
So
Then-
Nicole or Don,
yes,
Mr. Christensen, I did
Yes.
get a text message from one resident. They were trying to log on, but could not. So we'll need to make sure we get that information out for a regular meeting next week.
okay, thank you. Thank you for the
Yeah.
information. Welcome back, Wayne.
Thank you, Don.
Okay, open to the agency for resolution 20-04. We need a motion to approve.
Councilmember Bueller,
Move for approval of resolution 20-04.
Councilmember Lang. Oh, sorry, Councilmember Lang,
Muted.
Jeez.
I would second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Ms. Kamick, would you do a roll call vote?
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Aye.
Mr. Bigelow, Mr. Bigelow,
Okay, sorry, I was hitting the wrong button. Aye.
Mr. Bueller,
Aye.
Mr. PT Simonu,
Aye.
Ms. Lang,
Yes.
and Chairman Christensen.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We have a second resolution, Resolution 20-05. This is authorizing us to reimburse MIP-WVC Industrial Park for infrastructure improvements in the Southwest Economic Development Area. Mr. Nord, I believe you have some information for us on this.
Yes, Mark Nord, RDA Director. So we have before you one of the developers that is still moving full steam ahead, trying to get this project to the next, to the finish line, frankly. As many of the development outfits are kind of assessing whether or not to proceed forward. NTP has been working with us over the last year on this site. They're very anxious. They know the demand still is there. What they're planning on doing, they have acquired roughly 20 acres of ground in the green kind of rectangular shape off of 6400 West, right across the street from Hexel, to give you coordinates. As you're looking at this map, that red geographical figure is the Southwest EDA. So they actually purchased property just outside the EDA boundary. And their plans are to develop a flex industrial space. This is not like the ARA industrial park. This will be more like our presidential business park, a little bit smaller buildings where you have more of a traditional commercial front with more of an industrial back of the building. Their plan is to develop the entire site all on spec. They feel like the demand for the fulfillment space is there right now with all of the online purchasing and whatnot that is taking place. They're still wanting to move forward. The resolution that is before you is actually a reimbursement agreement. So because they are outside of the EDA, we are not incentivizing the actual development. In order to develop at that site, they actually had to pull utilities all the way from Mountain View Corridor, which you can see on the far right of the map on the screen. In doing so, the cost of pulling utilities through the Southwest EDA was a cost of approximately $350,000, $363,000 actually, to be more accurate. And we're actually taking before you a reimbursement of $150,000 of those dollars of the infrastructure improvements that they made within the Southwest EDA. The gravel pits, as you see to the south on the map there, when they do decide to redevelop those gravel pits, they will now have utilities at their front door, or actually at the curb, whereas before they'd had to have been pulled from Mountain View Corridor. So we're excited about the improvement, and we're excited about this development, frankly. We're excited about the developer moving forward. And the improvement to this area we feel is justified for this reimbursement, and we as staff recommend approval.
Thank you. Any questions from the council?
It does not appear so, Chairman Christensen.
Okay. We will entertain a motion then.
Mr. Fitissimanu,
I would move for approval of resolution 20-05.
Ms. Lang,
I second.
Hey, Don, you're on mute again, or were.
That's because Nicole muted me.
sorry, pushed the wrong button.
Any other discussion from the agency?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. Kamak, we'll turn it over to you for a vote.
Mr. Nordfelt,
Yes.
Mr. Hune,
Aye.
Mr. Bigelow,
Aye.
Mr. Bueller,
Aye.
Mr. Fitissimanu,
Aye.
Ms. Lang,
Yes.
and Chairman Christensen.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. One final motion.
Ms. Lang,
Motion to adjourn?
Motion is in order. All in favor, please say you're leaving the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Don. Night, everybody.